There's a place called Springfield, Ohio, that you've been reading about. 20,000 illegal Haitian immigrants have descended upon the town of 58,000 people. Residents are reporting that the migrants are walking off with the town's geese. They take in the geese. You know where the geese are? In the park, in the lake. And even walking off with their pets. My dog's been taken. My dog's been stolen. This can only happen. These people are the worst.
Tensions are rising across immigrant communities in the U.S. as the Trump administration moves to dismantle a major Biden-era immigration program. The Department of Homeland Security has announced that hundreds of thousands of immigrants who were given special permission to come to the U.S. will be told that they must leave the country immediately. These individuals were previously granted temporary permission to live and work in the United States under a special humanitarian parole program launched in 2023. The previous Biden administration created the policy to curb illegal border crossings by allowing qualified migrants to enter legally if they passed security vetting and had a U.S.-based sponsor. According to DHS figures, more than 531,000 people were approved under the program, and illegal crossings by nationals from the 4 countries dropped by 98% as a result. However, shortly after taking office, U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order terminating the policy, calling it a magnet for fraud, crime, and economic disruption. In a new statement, DHS confirmed that emails are being sent to affected migrants, instructing them to leave the United States immediately. The termination order also revokes all work permits linked to the program and directs parolees to return those permits to U.S. citizenship and immigration services. President Trump canceled Biden's order on parole with an executive order of his own shortly after he took office in January. In May, the Supreme Court upheld Trump's suspension of the parole program while lawsuits continue in lower courts. Meanwhile, the Department of Homeland Security has offered a $1,000 exit bonus and travel assistance to migrants who voluntarily comply with the removal order. The administration says this is part of an effort to encourage a dignified and orderly departure rather than forced deportation.
There's a place called Springfield, Ohio, that you've been reading about. 20,000 illegal Haitian immigrants have descended upon the town of 58,000 people. Residents are reporting that the migrants are walking off with the town's geese. They take in the geese. You know where the geese are? In the park, in the lake. And even walking off with their pets. My dog's been taken. My dog's been stolen. This can only happen. These people are the worst. I'm telling you, Biden and Kamala, this is the worst combination in the history of our country. As the people of Arizona understand better than anyone else, under Kamala Harris, our country is under a thing called invasion. Did you ever hear the word invasion? Just like a military. It's like a military invasion. We're being conquered and we are being occupied by a foreign element. And, you know, if you think about it, China has a 5 million man army, mostly man in that case, I can tell you. But they have a 5 million person army. And we have 21 million people coming this year. This period of time, 21 million people over the period of the last few years. Think of it, they have a 5 million, that's a big army. And we have 21 million people here, so cut out half. That means you have 10 million people, and they have guns, you just see that. if you look at Colorado, take a look at Aurora. They have guns that are the most sophisticated guns anywhere in the world, high-powered stuff. And, you know, you say to yourself, so if you cut the number in half, 10 million people, and cut that number in half, 5 million, that's the size of China, and what they have is an army. It's pretty dangerous stuff. We got to get them the hell out of here. Not only is Comrade Kamala allowing illegal aliens to stampede across our border, but then it was announced about a year ago that they're actually flying them in. Nobody knew that. They were secretly flying in hundreds of thousands of people. Some of the worst murderers and terrorists you've ever seen. They were taking anybody that wanted to come in. And they're flying them in. So when they tell you about their borders a little bit better than it used to be, they only did that for election reasons. Not good, but it's a little bit better. But they don't tell you that the flights are still coming in here, bringing in thousands and thousands of illegal aliens, and they're being dropped into the midsection of our country, because all states are really border states right now. And I'm the border president. I solved it in 2016, probably got elected because of that in 2016. And really, there was nothing to do in 2020. I said to my people, I want to talk about the border, what a job I did. They said, sir, nobody cares you did it. It was good. We went from a terrible border to a great border very quickly. I did a great job. And then I come in and I look at what's happening now. And the only difference is that the border in 2016 was 1/20th what it is now. We have the worst border in the history of our world, of the world. There's never been a border like this. And I want to be the border president. And I hope you call me the border president, because I'm going to show you what a border security job we can do. And we're going to do a job like never has been done before. There's never been a border like this. I believe the real number is 21 million people are here, and many are thugs, criminals. And remember this, if you go to South America and if you go to these countries that have taken their prisoners out of their jails to empty their jails and dumped them into the United States like we're a dumping ground, you're going to see their crime rates have gone down by 50, 60, 70, and 80%. If you look at Caracas, Venezuela, they took their criminals and drug dealers and rapists off the street and they dumped them into the United States of America. Dumping ground, they call it. We're a dumping ground for Venezuela because we have stupid people running our country. And you think Biden's bad? This one's going to be worse than Biden. Over the past 3.5 years, Kamala has resettled 500,000 illegal migrants from Haiti into American communities, including over 200,000 who Kamala has illegally flown into the United States by airplane when they couldn't get through the border because the border guards backed up. They were refusing to let them in. They don't want it. They love this country. They're saying, you can't do this to our country. They flew them in right over the top of the border guards, and they're doing it right now. They're doing it right now. In Springfield, Ohio, 20,000 illegal Haitian migrants have descended upon a town of 58,000 people, destroying their way of life. They've destroyed the place. And people don't like to talk about it because even the town doesn't like to talk about it because it sounds so bad for the town. They live there. They're proud. They love the town. For years, it was a great place, safe, nice. Now they have 20,000, and I actually heard today it's 32,000. It's the new number. Illegal aliens are now coming in from all over the world, from prisons, jails, mental institutions. They're coming in at levels that we've never seen before. We cannot let this happen to our country. And I will be your border president. And I hope you call me a border president. I never thought I'd have to say that again because we fixed the border and now it was 100% beautiful. And that includes fentanyl and drugs and everything else. We had it fixed and now nobody's ever seen anything like it.